Hello, I'm Piaget Jenkins. Today we'd like to take a quick look at the Lockdown and Behavior feature of RES Workspace Manager 2011. At Lockdown and Behavior, you can configure various lockdown and behavior options for the user's desktop. This will protect the user workspace by preventing users from making unauthorized changes or deleting critical files or even using unauthorized applications. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, to get to Lockdown and Behavior, you want to make sure to navigate to Composition, Desktop, then Lockdown and Behavior. Right at the top here, you're going to see that we have the standard enabled or disabled option, but next to disabled, you're going to notice that it says but apply configure behavior. Now, that's a key difference that I want to make sure to touch on here. If we scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see that we have different options here for the Workspace Composer or the Start Menu and Taskbar, for example, but each option either has a gear or a lock next to it. Now, there's a key difference between the gears and the locks. So for geared options, each geared option is going to be evaluated by a Workspace Manager each time a session is started, no matter what. So basically, even if you have lockdown and behavior disabled, if there's a checkbox next to the geared option, even when disabled, is going to apply that behavior. So for example here, if we see mark window captions red if user has local administrative privileges, even if lockdown and behavior is disabled, is going to mark those window captions red. Now, for the locked icon, the opposite is actually going to happen. So if you disable lockdown and behavior, anything that has a lock next to it, even if there's a checkbox on that option, is not going to apply that configured behavior. So for example, maximum number of automatically started applications 5 is not going to be applied when it's disabled. Alright, so now that we have that key difference out of the way, the next thing you might want to see is that we have lots of different options here under the Workspace Composer. If you scroll down, we're going to have options for the Start Menu and the Taskbar, including options for personalization for the user, Windows Explorer, as well as our two shells, which include the Microsoft Windows shell and the RES Workspace Manager shell, which is a proprietary shell of ours, which include a few more lockdown options. So once you have a chance to get familiar with these options, if there's anything you're looking for specifically, you're able to enter it here in the instant search. So for example, I could type in clock. And any option that has to do with the word clock is going to automatically appear here right away. So we have the option here, hide clock on taskbar and screensaver. So for example, if I were to click this, now remember, even if I did have this disabled, since it is a geared option, it is going to apply. We're going to be able to hide the clock for the user on their taskbar within their session. So any selection you make, you want to make sure to navigate down here to the bottom right hand corner and click the apply button. And there we go. One other exception that you might want to take note of is that up here I have task workers and knowledge workers disabled. Basically what these are workspace containers in which you can kind of turn on or turn off this activity or this feature for specific groups of agents. So I have a group of agents that are labeled task workers, I have a group of agents that are labeled knowledge workers. So now that that's all set, let's go ahead and take a look and see how it works with our user. Okay, so let's log in with our user and take a look. Okay, now we're all logged in and we take a look in the bottom right hand corner. We can see that there is no clock available for our user because of the option that we selected in Lockdown and Behavior. Well, that about does it. Thanks again for watching. This has been Lockdown and Behavior for RES Workspace Manager 2011.